Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. R3 is a major competitor to Ripple in the CBDC market right now. Anyone who has followed Ripple and R3 for any length of time knows that they have a rich history. They've been together for quite some time. I'll explain why a company like Ripple doesn't need to be concerned about R3 in this video. I'll demonstrate the advantages of Ripple over R3. It's possible that in the not-too-distant future, all three of us will need to accept a digital currency like XRP just to keep our doors open. On the other hand, I'd want to address a rumor that Blackrock is considering making the conversion from Bitcoin to XRP. As the video concludes, it has already generated a lot of buzz on Twitter. Be sure to stick around until the credits roll so I can address that and tell you whether or not it's real. You should not miss this opportunity. To kick off this video, I'd like to briefly discuss something I witnessed from Alex Cobb today. The best CEO ever is how I described Brad Garlinghouse to him when he challenged me to use just 3 words. In my opinion, Brad Garlinghouse is not only the top CTO in the cryptocurrency industry but also one of the best CEOs in the world. Max has received a lot of negativity from members of the Bitcoin and XRP communities. This film, however, demonstrates how effective Brad Garlinghouse has been as CEO of Ripple. In a position of extreme difficulty, I believe he has performed admirably. Numerous cryptocurrency firms are currently folding. Employees are being laid off, and new strategies are being implemented to keep the company afloat. During the entire bad market, Ripple has been one of the few companies to do well. The SEC brought charges, and they paid $200 million to get the matter resolved. However, they continue to hire employees left and right and acquire rival businesses as if it were nothing. I believe, like Brad Garlinghouse, the leader of Ripple, doesn't get the credit he deserves. His past comments have gotten him into some difficulty. However, I believe that occasionally people forget that Brad Garlinghouse does not have clairvoyant abilities. He's giving it his all to turn Ripple into a thriving business. And he is working hard to ensure that XRP and all other Ripple offerings remain a vital part of the industry. I haven't noticed anything that causes me concern regarding Brad Garlinghouse since I started investing in Ripple or XRP. I just want to add that I think this guy gets way too much bad press, and that Brad Garlinghouse is one of my favorite CDOs of all the regular firms and crypto companies and cryptocurrency ventures in which I have invested. I believe he has been an outstanding head of Ripple. In my opinion, he is one of the most competent guys working in the coin trade. The approach he's taking is rational and sensible. In this industry, many people researched financial institutions and businesses. Brad Garlinghouse, one of Ripple's top executives, is one of the few who has successfully collaborated with these institutions and the wealthy. Many people are eager to see the end of these establishments. Working with these institutions to adapt their legacy operations to a world where blockchain technology is commonplace was, in Brad Garlinghouse's estimation, the real money and the real means to develop a firm. This probably the smartest thing anyone could have done in the situation. And I wrote this short poem because I don't think Brad Garlinghouse receives nearly enough credit for his achievements. Now I want to go on to a topic that is, in fact, quite fascinating. And R3, for the uninitiated, has been a major competitor to Ripple. Similar to Ripple, they are experimenting with CBDCs and facilitating international payments. Our group of 3 is just more serious about getting things done methodically. No native tokens are being used. There is no XRP or other digital currency in their possession. That's the main point of contrast between Ripple and what our 3 critics of Ripple and XRP have been stating all along. Our trio can easily take down the Ripple. In conclusion, they have superior connections, and conventional corporations aren't very interested in digital assets. What they really need is the technology that we 3 can provide. Okay, so I read this today. We recently got word that R3 is drastically reducing the number of positions they are hiring for, and I felt it was crucial that you know that. Moreover, it appears that things are going poorly for them at the moment. This is yet another illustration of how smoothly Ripple operates, so I thought you should know. Many of Ripple's users are also interested in our other three options. But their advertisements don't seem to reflect that. To a certain extent, R3 competes with Ripple for the same clientele. Unfortunately, it appears that few of these positions are being filled by them. It appears that R3 are following the rest of the Bitcoin industry in its current efforts to minimize costs by eliminating workers. Ripple has clearly done an excellent job with everything. The elimination of employment is a major goal of our organization. However, its main rival is expanding at an unprecedented rate. However, they are also actively purchasing companies. At the same time as people like us are fighting tooth and nail to stay afloat, Ripple is buying up the dwindling pool of dwindling participants. There are those who believe that our three companies will be the downfall of Ripple and XRP. The live information we're receiving suggests that R3 is far inferior to competitors like Ripple. Earlier today, I had the idea that in the future, Ripple may be exchanged for R3. Since the CBC market is now divided between just two businesses, I think this would be a cool thing for Ripple to buy. The three of us and the Ripple. If Ripple were to come in and buy R3 at a discount, it might wind up controlling the entire market. I really hope that Ripple decides to buy this. To do so would be analogous to Ripple buying out the competition and eliminating the one person widely regarded as Ripple's greatest competitor. Now, I don't believe R3 was ever a serious rival to Ripple because their product was severely flawed. There is no impartial kind of currency. They weren't putting any distributed resources into making their products perform properly. Ripple's 3 were created using a simple centralized mechanism. The focus was on real-life objects and phenomena. This has always led me to believe that they have difficulty attracting meaningful romantic partners. It wasn't novel enough to interest companies in switching their payment processing systems. This is something I think is crucial to keep in mind. While R3 and Ripple both targeted the same market, they did so in very different ways. Ripple put in a lot of effort to centralize its payment system so that it could function like cryptocurrency. From what we can tell, the Ripple method is succeeding. Nobody could have foreseen this happening. The best strategy, centralization or decentralization, remained unknown. In my thesis, I outlined the reasons why I believe decentralized approaches will ultimately prevail. But in the end, nobody knew for sure what would occur. As this data demonstrates, decentralized approaches are prevailing when it comes to developing prosperous businesses. As a result, I believe it is quite probable that the decentralized assets on which Ripple is basing its payment infrastructure will also prove successful. In conclusion, just fantastic news, really. Some of Ripple's largest competitors going out of business is a good thing. As Ripple grows in popularity, I anticipate more incidents like this one. And before we wrap up this film, I wanted to address a notion that has been circulating today. That's why it's possible that Blackrock will abandon Bitcoin in favor of XRP. Blackrock's stated intention to increase participation in the Bitcoin market is by now common knowledge if you've been following the cryptocurrency sector at all over the past few months. They have launched a Bitcoin spot ETF. In addition, its CEO has stated that Bitcoin is an important commodity in the modern world. Now, today's news item was disseminated by investing.com, which is a credible news outlet. Not at all like the hoax news sites that flood Twitter. However, the article still concludes by saying that the whole thing was made up. As a result, I find it difficult to take seriously. Then why am I bringing it up? If I'm merely retelling a story that doesn't hold water, then what am I doing? However, it is only a report. It seems reasonable to me. The current head of Blackrock Digital Asset Plan used to be in a band called Ripple, which not many people know. We also know that Blackrock places a high value on ESG, which Bitcoin completely opposes. In reality, Bitcoin is anti-ESG. Therefore, all I'm saying is that while it's possible that this story isn't genuine and that all that's being said is, oh, it's a rumor, We heard some rumors, who knows if they're true. I still think the notion behind the rumor makes a lot of sense. I do believe that these large organizations will eventually look at assets like XRP as they become more involved in the world of cryptocurrencies. All the advantages of Bitcoin are there in XRP as well, with the added bonuses of being significantly faster, more efficient, and free from ESG concerns. The importance of ESG is rapidly growing. I wouldn't be at all shocked if the claims made in this article were out to be genuine. A former member of Ripple now oversees digital asset strategy at Blackrock. Therefore, it stands to reason that XRP will be at the top of their list when they start seeking for new products and digital assets to invest in the cryptocurrency market. What Ripple is doing, and why you should care, is putting the XRP ledger next to the world's largest money and saying, here's this decentralized carbon-neutral asset that you can add to your payment stack and investment portfolios to get a return on the market. That is independent of any other factors. In my opinion, this will prove to be rather helpful down the road. Ripple is taking the opposite approach of other coin projects by placing the XRP ledger alongside traditional financial institutions and governing bodies. Do you believe that, when large financial institutions begin investing in the cryptocurrency market, money will flow to the companies and assets that have been shouting, "We have to stop you, we have to mess up your businesses, and we have to keep you up to date, kill you so we can take over"? What companies like Ripple will put the XRP record right next to them and say, this is a tool you can use to change your business and keep up with the space-age changes happening to our financial system? In my opinion, this is a straightforward response. In my opinion, buying XRP will be the single most consequential investment they make. In my opinion, it won't be long until actual assets that provide solutions and are in line with the aims of these institutions begin to lead Ethereum for the rest of the world. As soon as rules are established and large investment firms take an interest in the market, this will occur. I can see the solution clearly. XRP. So, when I saw this painting, the general notion intrigued me even though I didn't know much about the tale. I can see this being a classic tale told many times in the years to come. Anyway, fellas, I hope you like this update. If you like, then please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.